Hello guys and gals of the internet, I'm Mr. Carlos of YouTube and Twitch TV, and welcome back to F1 Manager. We are here for F1 Manager 23, the second game from Frontier Games as an F1 Manager game. Last year's game looked really good on paper and it looked like being the management game we always wanted, and the game was good out of the blocks, but I think in the end it kind of weared out its welcome, I would say, after about maybe a season or two, and you've pretty much seen everything there is to see. Some people were saying that it was very easy to out-develop the AI teams and you would win in the second or third season, and then after that there was really nothing else you could do. You couldn't switch teams, there wasn't any other multiplayer or online co-op or anything like that. The game is very bare bones, I would say. It's a good game, but it had nothing really going for it maybe after the first season. And that kind of happened. I was actually going to do a year with Haas and Mick Schumacher, focus on Mick Schumacher in particular, but it came out at a time where myself and Tom Many Games were gearing up for a move to a new place that we are living in now. So as I was in kind of winding things down on the channel to take a bit of a break to prepare for that, games like F1 Manager only was more played on a casual sense. And it was funny because I think after the first month there was rumblings that Frontier had dropped the game immediately and wasn't even going to update it. They did do a couple more updates, but after that pretty much F1 Manager 22 kind of fell by the wayside. And obviously you can forgive Frontier Games a bit, you know, it's their first game. An F1 Manager game hadn't been done for a long time, and it was really just to get the building blocks started. This game thankfully has a lot more going for it here. We have race replay, which is kind of like Grand Prix mode per se in F1 23, for example, where as the season goes on, Frontier will then unlock the track, and you can start with the actual starting grid of that race, or you can take part in a specific scenario with a certain team. And also exclusive scenarios that was the Deluxe edition, came up with the Deluxe edition of the game, which is other scenarios, which some of which are quite interesting. So I might actually go through all of them at some point and maybe do them all. But we are going to focus on these two modes for, I don't know how many videos it's going to be, probably one or two, we'll see. But these are the two we're going to focus on. I may jump into the career just to kind of walk you through everything and see what the differences are. But race replay is a good thing because it's Grand Prix mode and it gives you like a chance to learn the game and the way it works without having to worry about, you know, scoring points or anything like that. So we'll focus on these two for this first video or so, and then we'll jump into the first weekend of the 23 season and do it that way. Obviously this game will be featured in my 23 side of the Aiden Jackson story, but we're not there yet, so that's going to be a bit of a whiles off because I'm still in the 22 season with that. I'm approaching the summer break, and then we're actually going to jump into a sub-chapter after that race is over, and jump into F1 23 for a storyline that will be coming in that game. So, without further ado, because I've waffled on a bit, let's jump into race replay. And like I said, race replay is two things. You can take part in any season, any of the races that have happened so far, I think. Oh, it's in reverse. Okay, can you not do Hungary yet? You can. Oh yeah, because Hungary's the race just gone. Yeah. So if we jump to the Hungarian Grand Prix, for example, starting grid basically is a Grand Prix with the starting grid from the real race. So you can also Lewis Hamilton, obviously, any team. So you could be any team in race replay, I guess. The race moment is Red Bull. Oh, I see. So it's actually the conditions from that race as well, I guess. So it's pretty accurate to a T, and actually tells you what kind of circuit it is. So which one should we do? Actually, we've got a few choices here. We could probably do a race moment first. What have we got? Alpine, Aston. I think what we should do, I think we should go into Monte Carlo. because I believe the race moment in Monte Carlo is Alonso's gamble when it was the rain had just started, and Fernando Alonso kind of overshot the optimum window for pitting, and it pretty much had Verstappen on course to win another one. But apparently, it came out that if Alonso pitted earlier, he could have very much challenged for the win. So we'll do this race moment first. I probably might play through all these as well. Maybe, we'll see. But we'll do this one for now. So with that 54, the threat of rain of the teams anxiously checking the weather radars. Alonso chases Verstappen for the lead, the Spaniards on hard tyres with Dutchmen on warm mediums. Both drivers need to make a pit stop. Rain on the horizon, timing will be crucial. So there's 24 laps left, so it is lap 54. So let's go in. So finish higher than second. Alright then. Obviously, I'm probably going to mess up because when it rains in F1 Manager 22, I always tended to screw up. Weirdly. So I could totally mess this up here. One thing we'll also do, maybe in this first video or so, is I will jump into the scenarios, because I believe Qatar and Vegas have specific scenarios. So that's actually our first opportunity to jump into those tracks. So it'll be very much like I did on F1 23, which was my first races on those new tracks. The Qatar's not new. So, what is the status here? Okay, so we've paused, and lap 54, Stroll's in 17th, we probably might not even bother focusing on him. Do we pit now? It's dry at 23 milliliters, so the rain has pretty much just started. So here's the visor cam. Let's ride on board for a bit. That's cool. The visor cam is really cool. That's one of the new things for this game. Oh, we're looking at Stroll. We don't need to be looking at Stroll. We need to be looking for Alonso. And I think I've already screwed up because I think Alonso has just passed the pits. No, I don't want the speed. Oh, no, he hasn't. Good. So, I believe if we pit now, it might be the optimum thing to do. So let's try pitting immediately. And like I said, I normally screw up when it comes to rain conditions. So this could go badly wrong. Stroll's already on the inters, which is unusual. I'm trying to remember if that was the case. So Tsunoda's in the pits now. We've got a Williams coming in. So I think this lap, considering this scenario, I think it is the right time to pit. Yeah, because the rain's really coming down.
Box. Copy, box.
Okay, so the team radio's back.
When you come in the pit lane, tie to green enter.
Ah, so there's different radio communication lines in this game. The team radio was one of the best things about the game. Made it really authentic, and you guys know I love my authenticity in my sports games, and this was probably the closest. This was definitely better on an authentic standpoint, my apologies, than F1 23. F1 22 rather, and 23 for that matter. 23 is a little better, but still a bit, you know, short of the mark. Yeah, I think we're going to have to come in right now because there's a couple of back markers ahead that are coming in. So, and there's the McLaren there. So I think this lap is the optimum time to come in. So we've already done that. So let's watch Tsunoda and Sargent come into the pits. Stroll's already on the... Yeah, they're coming in. So I think now is the right time to pit. Let's see where Verstappen is. He's just gone out at the first corner. And he's still on the dry, so he's missed the window. Very much like in real life. Now.
So you should be clear on exits.
Hopefully these back markers won't get in the way. So there's the fastest pit stop. That's a new feature for the game. So do we go... The question now is, do we go aggressive with Alonso? Because here, the 60 degrees is a new temperature tyre setting. So I'm wondering if we increase Alonso's pace a little bit, warm up the... Well, we don't want to warm up the tyres, really, do we? Because we're in the rain. Oh, hang on. Where is the condition? Oh, the condition's still dry, but it's literally going to turn to damp. Because one of the things in last year's game was if it was around 1 milliliter, it was pretty much damp. And I think like 3 or 4 was full wet. I'm trying to think if we should increase Alonso's pace. What other options have we got here? Oh, see, these are the new aggression settings. I don't think we need to defend from the McLaren behind because he's lapped. Sainz is on the dry tyre, so he's messed up. So I think pitting now was the right thing to do. Let's try Alonso on aggressive for a bit.
You can use everything from the tyres. Copy.
Yep, so I think this was the right thing to do. For sure. Let's ride on board for a bit. Yeah, because I think in the real life Grand Prix, Alonso missed it by like a lap. And it gave Verstappen ample time to pit ahead. Then he ended up pitting on the same lap and Alonso couldn't do anything about it afterwards. Let's increase the fuel as well. Let's push a little bit.
You can stop, lift and coast. Copy.
So, I'm thinking as soon as this goes like white, it'll be kind of optimum temperature. And red will be over temperature, like Stroll's is here. You see that? 113. Oh, so it's Verstappen in the pit. Let's watch it. So he's oh my god, he's going to run over the.
Crash
oh, it's a crash.
Crash ahead.
Oh, red flag.
Caution.
We get a red flag immediately. What happened? I think Gasly's in the wall. What happened here? Can we see? Has he had a hit with Has he had a hit with Albon? Do you think? Let's see on the map. I want to make sure I don't. So there's a traffic jam out of the low hairpin. So the car on the right, which I believe is the Alpine of Gasly, has blocked the track. And Verstappen, that's ample opportunity for him now because he's just pitted for intermediate tyres. It means we could change the strategy if we wanted. But yeah, we'd still come out behind Verstappen at this point. But now the red flag is going to immediately bring everyone together. That is interesting. Okay, so let's view on Gasly. Let's see what happened. Yeah, he's blocked the track. So there's been a crash. Yep.
Red flag, red flag.
Are we going to get a replay? Let's hope we get a replay. Here we go. Oh, so it just stopped. Right. Interesting. So we get an immediate red flag. Now, obviously, this didn't happen in the real life Grand Prix, so there's an immediate difference. So we might as well stay on the tyres we're on. We might as well make no changes because, you know, we've just pitted. But yeah, interesting. We might as well put Stroll on new inters because he's got like used, so we might as well put him on a new set of inters now. I think that's the only thing we really need to change. I think we've wow, so immediate difference to the real life Grand Prix. We've got a red flag, so a blockage in the low hairpin. That's really thrown me off, but I think that's an ample good thing as well because it means Alonso can challenge right from the start. Set to replace from. I don't think we need to replace from. I think Stroll was like out of it there, so we'll be alright there. Nothing for Alonso. I kind of want to. Where's the settings that you can change, like going off the line and such? Right, so Leclerc just set the fastest lap in that instance. Hulkenberg and Perez are out of the race, so it must have been them maybe.
Here we go once more.
Right, so here we go then.
Ready, and so are the drivers.
So here's a restart. Wow, okay. Immediately throw me off.
Lights out, and
Let's attack.
away
Let's
we
go deploy immediately for Alonso. Fast forward time once it gets a bit, we've settled in a bit. Let's watch for a little bit. Yeah. So Verstappen's pit stop has aided him immediately because, like, it puts him on new inters and he doesn't have to worry about someone chasing him. we've all gone through the low hairpin. Let's just go to the back. Is the track dry or is it just me? Nah, track is still damp. You just can't really tell from these camera shots. I think that's to put Stroll back on the lead lap, but it's Monaco, so I don't think we're going to overtake very much. Yeah, we're not gonna catch Verstappen.
Slow down. Copy.
Unless we put it on overtake aggression.
Don't hang around too much. Okay.
Yeah, because the tyres are now red. Yeah, so already we've kind of the red flag has really thrown a wrench in the works there. I don't know if we're going to be able to really catch Verstappen now. So the driver confidence is a new thing for this game, and basically I think what it is that the higher the confidence, the more likely to pull off good overtakes they'll be, and if it's lower, it'll possibly increase the risk of either locking up or having a crash, supposedly. I need to lower the ERS settings. Yeah, we're not going to catch Verstappen. No, he's gone. Oh well, I already screwed up, even though it wasn't really my fault. That was more the red flag. I mean, the track doesn't look really wet from this angle. Yeah. It's all about hoping that Sainz doesn't pass us because he's right there. I'm not sure what top-up ERS is supposed to do. I know we have a battle assist. I should probably have clicked that, actually. Yeah, overtaking at Monaco is pretty much nigh on impossible, especially in these wider cars now. Oh, such a shame. I thought the red flag was going to help us out, but as you can see, a lot of those tyres are pretty hot now. So I think we'll have to stay in standard for the rest of the race to bring them down a little bit. But I don't think it's going to matter, because the Red Bull is probably so overpowered in this game. Oh, that really should have been hit with a wall there, but it phased through the wall. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, the Red Bull was really overpowered in last year's game. Really overpowered. Like, it was an easy win in last year's game with the Red Bull. So let's speed up time a little bit, because I don't think we're going to do anything from here, unfortunately. Unless Verstappen has like a lockup somewhere, we're not going to catch him. I found ERS management like unusual. Like I really couldn't get to grips with the ERS management in the game. It's one of the things I found a bit difficult to understand how it actually worked. We could just keep high on the fuel. We've got plenty of fuel to burn, and we might as well do that with Stroll as well. But it's Monaco. And there's already a gap forming.
Thoughts on track condition? Yeah,
Oh, it's drying out. That's interesting. DRS enabled.
DRS is enabled now.
Right. In that case, should we bring Alonso in for softs? Do you think? I'm trying to remember if this was a thing in last year's race. We've used up all the softs, really. That's this 91 one is the best condition. I wonder if we should do that then.
Box.
It says cloudy in like 4 minutes and it's already in the dry zone, so we might as well pit for softs. We might as well bring Stroll in as well for double stack.
So weather's moving away.
Confirm.
We're boxing this lap.
Boxing.
You know what would have been very good if we'd had that red flag and then the track had dried out during the red flag period, because as you saw on the screen when we were going through that, it took about 20 minutes for that to sort out. So yeah, we might as well, yeah, we'll have to do this, I think. Let's look at the new TV camera. The TV cameras are so good in this game. It's so authentic. I just love this kind of authentic feeling. We've got a... Oh no! We've got a problem! I think there is a problem in the pits. We've just fallen behind Sainz and Russell.
Boxing.
Now what happened there, Karun?
I think they just didn't let him go. Was he held up? Oh wow, he overstepped the marks. That was weird. So the jack was delayed there. I thought it said another red flag, but no, it's 15 to go. Laps. So I don't...
So you should be clear on exits.
What can we really do here now, do you think? We might be able to pass Russell.
Watch the pit exit line.
Because car performance will be based on the beginning of the season, and I think Aston Martin had a clear advantage over at least Mercedes. You can actually hear other cars pitting. That's rather funny, actually. Let's put it on aggressive.
So we just need to push now.
Yes.
I wonder if we could get ahead of Albon now as well. So what are the tyre things on this? Pretty even, aren't they? I mean, Russell's got like 95% wear on his, so he'll be fine, you'd think. Oh, wait a minute, weren't Hülkenberg and Perez already out of the race by that point? I think they might have been, actually. I mean, we're clear of Leclerc, at least. Might as well put it on neutral. I don't think we can harvest anymore.
Copy.
Because you can only harvest 2 megajoules, apparently. Yeah, I always found the ERS like very tricky to understand for some reason. I could never really get a grasp on it very well. Like I said, in the Red Bull, they were so overpowered that it was an easy win in that game. So I don't think anyone would pick Red Bull if you wanted some form of challenge in this game, because last year's game, and definitely in this year's game, considering the 2023 real life season, Red Bull are probably going to be even more powerful. Yeah, Rain has stopped completely now. The first picked up the pace, fastest lap.
Safe fuel, safe fuel.
Safe fuel. We're just not going to pass anyone. Monaco has like almost no passing opportunities now. So I think that's pretty much challenge over, because I don't know if we're gonna... I mean, we're kind of pegging Russell, which is okay. We're kind of like 1.5 average. Verstappen's gone. He's like 3 seconds ahead now. Esteban Ocon with the fastest lap in the Alpine, lads. Might go aggressive on Alonso, because we do seem to be somewhat closing in on Russell a bit. We might be able to get him if we can get within DRS range. That's why I'm not increasing the time that much. I don't want to, because what I want to do is kind of get in DRS range with Alonso and then probably put the ERS in harvest mode so we can get a little bit with a bit to go. Tires are still good. Right, standard, gonna harvest. Oh no, we were only there for like a split second. Actually, that's put us under threat from Leclerc now, so I don't know. See, I screwed up. Let's use up the tires. Let's try. I guess ERS management isn't really like a key thing here, because there's not really many. There's like the start finish straight and that's pretty much it. I mean, you could use it out of the tunnel, I guess, as well. The tires are going to be hard for Alonso, so let's bring it down a little bit. Nah, I think that's pretty much done, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to get any more. So the red flag definitely made a difference. Oh, we are in DRS range of Russell now, apparently. If we can keep that up. I think Russell's probably going to be our only pass. Okay.
So use energy. Copy.
Let us take a risk.
Don't hang around too much. Okay.
Let's attack him as well. Let's use up everything. See if we can get by him. Because we're right there now. And he's got no DRS and we'll have it. So this should be a pass. Down the inside. Come on, Fernando. Yeah, there we go. We got him. Alright, let's...
So just slow down a bit. Copy.
Just leave it in aggressive for now, just to have him pick up some pace. Let's have a look at that move.
Let's take a look at the replay. Keep watching Alonso with this one.
It's beautiful.
It's there for the taking.
One thing I did find in last year's game is that the soft tyres were kind of useless outside qualifying.
Drop back a bit. Understood.
Will we catch signs? It's not likely. The Stroll's getting nowhere, so let's just bring the car home, I think.
Maybe just take it easy on the straight. Yeah.
I wonder if we should actually attack with Stroll, see if we can pass him, past Albon. Because he's got, like, his tyres are actually quite optimal, so... Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's get to near the end of the lap. We've actually broken DRS on Russell now. So I think with Alonso we should really just pace ourselves at this point and just get to the end, because I don't think we're going to catch signs with about a few laps there. Alright, let's put Stroll on full attack. Let's see if we can get him past Albon at least.
Use everything.
Yep.
He'll have DRS, Albon will have DRS on Gasly ahead. So around the outside. Couldn't cut back in.
Okay, Lance, head down. Back off in the high speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Alonso's pretty much got third in the bag. He's actually closed in on sides a little bit, but I think we're going to be out of laps. What's the tyre wear looking like? Yeah, we're all pretty much around the same. I don't think anyone's got like a distinct advantage.
How many laps left? 3 more laps.
So let's try this again.
Let's try and get past them.
Okay.
Do everything you can, mate. Use energy.
Okay.
The sun's out, figures. Well, that was very interesting because the red flag was immediately different on the start there. So that was very interesting. There we go. Lance into P15.
Okay, Lance, back off now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, really only use attack in like a DRS zone. I always use aggressive to kind of close the gap, and then attack only when in an attacking scenario. Alonso's pegged Russell in third, so I think that's where we're going to finish.
2 more laps, 2 more laps.
Verstappen has checked out 5.8 second lead over Sainz. Beating the Red Bull is going to be impossible in this game for the first year, that's for sure. Maybe the first couple of years. I think Red Bull might, in real life, might actually be set for another year or two.
If you could push a bit harder and try and get up to him, let's see.
Yep. One more move, maybe?
You can use energy.
Yeah.
Come on, Lance. Round the outside. Come on, lad. Oh, we can hold it. Come on, Lance. Get in there. Good move, lad. That's what I like to see. Lance Stroll doing bits.
You can back off a bit.
Copy.
I think he gets a lot of unnecessary stick, Lance Stroll. I've said it before. I mean, sure, he's not going to win the World Championship anytime soon, but he's a lot better than people give him credit for. He's not there as a pay driver just to make up the numbers. He's actually got some talent. You don't get a podium and pole positions by luck. The only thing Lance is really missing is a win.
Last lap. Last lap.
I mean, did it? To be honest, a lot of people point out that, oh, you know, he's losing to Alonso, and I'm like, well, we really expect that, shouldn't we? Alonso's clearly better than Stroll on paper, so
Just keep cruising.
see if we can pass Piastri here for P13. Stroll's had a better time of it than Fernando has, to be fair. I don't think we're going to get him. Oh, actually, we might. Because now we're on the last lap with Stroll and Piastri. So around the outside again. Lance Stroll is absolutely having a ball at the moment. Look at that. Absolutely stunning move by Lance Stroll. He is on it.
Back off now.
Okay.
I've just noticed something. Stroll is car 1. What's that about? Oh, another few laps. Do you know what? I really should have given Lance more notice because he's definitely doing better than Fernando at the moment. But then again, Fernando is up against Ferrari and Red Bull, so... And beating the Red Bull is going to be impossible in this game.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
So no changes to the winner then.
And there it is, the Dutchman, Max Verstappen, has taken first.
Oh, he's just too good.
A result like that
He really is. He's just too good in these games.
The hard work they've put into their career.
He's much better in Manager than he is in F1 23. In in the F1 game by Codemasters, he always seems to either drop out of the race or have something happen to him. Oh, another lap, and we probably could have got Stroll up to at least P11 because Magnussen's got. Oh no, Magnussen's 8 seconds up the road from Stroke 1U. So, yeah.
Focus forward.
I've just noticed something. I think I've had Stroll on high overtake this whole time. Can you get one more, maybe? Ah, no energy left.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, fair enough.
Let's check it.
So yeah, that's objective failed, unfortunately, in this scenario.
So,
Actually, Lance, you did a lot better once I actually realised how close you were to everybody and how you could pass on the start-finish straight. So he actually did worse than Alonso
Now,
in real
didn't
life.
Fernando Alonso look
He got
really
in
great
third because
out
he got
there
passed
today?
by
This podium is something the
Sainz.
whole team can be proud of. Excellent strategy and perfectly executed.
But yeah, it's nice
That
how,
makes it all worth
you
it,
know,
doesn't it? Seeing your team ready to share
it's
the
only the
celebration.
scenario that's in real life, but anything can happen in this game. It's a lot more unpredictable than, say, F1 23.
Always great
Or the
to
F1
see
games from
Fernando
Codemasters
in
in
the
general,
top
much
three.
more, like, unpredictable. Like, no two things are ever the same. You could play the Bahrain Grand Prix
Always a
twice
special occasion.
in career
Here
mode,
again,
and two
comparable
different
once
scenarios could really
They'll be pushing
happen. Yeah, I really screwed that one up. Like I said, the rain is where I always screw up. So compared to compared to real result, look at this. So Carlos actually made 6 positions on his real life there, and that's probably because of the red flag. George made up a place. So everyone made up a place probably because of the crash and the red flag. Lewis lost 2 places apparently. Lance made up 7, so Lance was on 5. It was just a shame that I didn't really focus on him very much because it was all about Alonso. So Hulkenberg and Perez actually lost 2 positions and 4 positions more. So I guess they were the crash. I don't even remember anymore, to be honest. There's going to be a lot of 23 places that I don't really remember because of, you know, just how kind of predictable this year has been in a lot of ways. Alright, I just had this thought of race replay. We're going to stick with it for a second. And I'm going to pick the Hungarian Grand Prix. I'm rather hoping that maybe this race factors the return of Daniel Ricciardo to AlphaTauri. So starting grid challenges you to see managing any team from their real-world start positions. Yeah, with the cars across the grid constantly evolving and Ricciardo making his anticipated return, the world will be watching to see if they can do together on race day. So I reckon if we pick AlphaTauri right now, real world results 13th, the 0 points. Probably not going to get better than that, I would have thought. Because I'm assuming the car performance will be pretty much around pre-season time. I'm assuming Ricciardo will be in the seat. I know there's this scenario that has Giovinazzi in the seat as he replaces Sainz for the weekend, which is a pretty interesting scenario. That's pretty cool. So I'm rather hoping Ricciardo is actually in the seat here. If it loads, there we go.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another
That'd be
day
cool
of
if it was.
scintillating F1 action.
I'm assuming it is because it says about Ricciardo on the
heart may
in
be
the description.
Budapest, but the racing soul is right here. Decades of F1 history saturate every turn of the Hungaroring, including the 1989 Grand Prix, where Nigel Mansell bullied his way from a P12 start to an ultimate victory.
Now we see
That's
Yuki
impressive.
Tsunoda there, Karun. How do you think he's going to be feeling?
I'd say they're in a good place right now. It's pretty clear what the expectations for them were, and they've done
I wonder
well
with the likes of Ricciardo and Mick Schumacher as a couple of examples. I wonder if they've still got their game faces from last year. Which would be pretty neat if they did. Yep, there he is. So they factor in that Ricciardo is actually there. So who's their reserve driver, can we see? No, it's probably Lawson, isn't it? Because Ricciardo is actually reserve at Red Bull. And Lawson's been at AlphaTauri since like last year, I believe. He was reserved last year, so yeah, look, Daniel Ricciardo. That's pretty sweet how they factor that in. Props to Frontier, definitely. Alright, we'll just really skim through this one and see how the race replay starting grid is. We'll just really skim through this one. We won't take too long. I'm tempted to go with strategy C for Ricciardo. Who's lower? Who's lower on the grid? Tsunoda. I don't think we're going to get very far with AlphaTauri, so let's do strategy C for both. Let's update. have Tsunoda on a couple of laps more. He could probably extend his hard stint maybe a couple of laps more actually. I'm not sure. I don't think tyre wear is a huge thing here. Performance drop off. I think they're new. I can't really tell. So I'm guessing it has the proper actual conditions as well. So this is basically Grand Prix mode, in a sense. It really is just essentially Grand Prix mode, which is nice. It's a shame that you don't get to choose the track singularly. You have to wait till it's there in the season. But at least it's a good thing that they've actually done that. So it kind of gives you a chance to learn the game. So I actually like this idea. That's one thing I wish they had last year, so you could learn the game and then go into career mode later, once you kind of get a grasp of things. But they've kind of got it here, which is nice. I notice the loading times are a bit longer.
There's a fantastic atmosphere at the Hungaroring as we prepare for 70 laps
I don't think it
of the
really matters.
Hungarian Grand Prix. Our attention shifts to Lewis Hamilton and what he can produce in this race.
They've got a
Oh yeah, because Lewis is on pole, so they have
starting
Lewis on
pole.
pole position.
But can they carry it
I
through
really
to
should
the end?
tried and found the grid, but I'm assuming it takes the grid from the real life race.
And here we go with the Hungarian
Yep,
Grand Prix.
Hamilton on pole. Nice.
It's lights out.
Lights out, and away we go then. Let's go to Ricciardo immediately. So they've still got the reserve driver helmet per se. That's a nice touch. It is a nice touch that they have like separate helmets, but you're gonna get to a point like we've got to go flag. Albon's off the road, or got a penalty. I think he might have had a collision with Sargent.
Now it
Oh my!
looks like, yes, it is. Alex Albon's involved in that.
So it's Albon down the inside. He misses the curb, and there's George Russell. He literally drove the Haas off the road. What happened there? I don't think there was any contact. It might have just been a...
While all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
I thought that was Albon there. That would have been hilarious. I think it's probably a slight knock, but it's funny how Albon got a penalty, but I don't think we really know why, to be honest. Let's put Yuki on neutral ERS. Let's lower his driving a bit because we don't want to cook the tyres.
Slow down.
Copy.
But I don't think tyre wear is such an issue here, but there's a lot of low speed corners at Hungaroring, so... But yeah, before I was saying that, you would get to a point where you would have like two drivers with the same helmet. And it would look a bit weird. You wouldn't be able to tell who was who, but that's a lot of design that the Frontier devs probably can't do, because most of the F2 and 3 drivers have probably changed their helmet by the time they were into F1. Like, I think Piastri has a totally different helmet to when he was racing with Prema, for example. Hamilton is still leading this race. Verstappen has gone down to third. Norris is second. So, absolute scenes at Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton is leading this race. That's absolutely mad. That's one thing I love about these games, the fact that you can kind of click whoever and view anyone on the track and still focus on your own driver. So Zhu's made up to P4. So who has he passed? He's passed Piastri. He's dropped to P6, and that was at the start. Let's lower the tyres now for pace for Ricciardo.
Need to drop the pace.
Okay.
So still, Ricciardo's team radio is still there. That's nice. That's one thing I did love about last year's game as well, is the fact that even the F2 drivers in particular...
What are we doing?
Stroll's overtaken Tsunoda,
Keep pushing.
and so is Russell. Not really surprised with those two, to be honest.
So what the are we doing?
Don't worry. Keep focus.
I find it funny how Tsunoda is always just mad. Very angry. Yeah, I don't think that's really much of a surprise, to be honest. His Stroll going down the outside of Ricciardo, I think that was. Spicer Cam's so sick, dude.
Yeah, that's enabled now.
I'm gonna harvest for Ricciardo a little bit.
17, are you okay?
There's a Mercedes ahead. and the Williams behind. Oh, that's nice.
Charge John.
Yep, understood.
So I guess you can still start the season with DeFreeze in this game.
Charge off.
Okay, understood.
Visor cam is just sick, dude. Yeah, I'm not really expecting much from this. Because AlphaTauri's, I think, the lowest car in F1 23. I think they're like the slowest car in the F1 23 game. It's funny because I always thought with DeFreeze, and this is no knock on him by the way, I always thought DeFreeze's AlphaTauri, a lot of people were really like what on earth about it, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, the guy did do better in a Williams on his one-off appearance at Monza, subbing in for Albon. He scored a couple of points, I believe, and that's a better result than any of his AlphaTauri results in a car that's always been statistically worse than AlphaTauri usually. But I think this year Williams have come on leaps and bounds, although having said that, Albon is only P18 with a 5-second penalty for that collision, which didn't really look like a collision. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Well, oh my word, that's a Haas spot, and that's Hulkenberg. He's going to have to wait for all these cars.
Totally sure what's happened.
And
seems to be Perez though.
Penalty as well for Hulkenberg? Oh, collision here with Perez. Oh. I don't know why Hulkenberg gets the penalty for that. That's a bit weird.
And you can just feel the frustration from the team watching.
I'm not entirely sure why Hulkenberg got the penalty for that. I really don't. I really don't know that at all. That's weird to me. Alright, we're not ready to fight Stroll or Russell too hard. So there's now P16. Let's fast forward a little bit. Because we're just going to skim through this one. I just wanted to kind of experience it, but I'm not really going to try too much because, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do much at AlphaTauri, to be honest. But that's cool how they factored that in. That's really cool. That Ricciardo is now like the driver and he's actually got his abbreviation as well, which is pretty cool. So who can we realistically challenge here? Well, he's fighting with Ocon, I think. Yeah, look. So get in there, Ricciardo. He's fighting with Albon.
Alrighty. Nice.
You're doing very well.
I like that. That's cool. Very Daniel Ricciardo-esque comment. Oh, we're actually still ahead of Russell, so Ricciardo's holding his own. To be fair, what are the tyres doing? So, Ocon's on the mediums. He's actually cooked his tyres 9 laps in. That's astounding. Oh, the AI really bad on the tyre wear here. We're actually doing absolute bits. Apart from Russell, who's on the hards. Are they starting on the tyres that they started the race on, would you assume? I can't remember. But yeah, everyone's cooked their tyres 9 laps in, and Ricciardo has got like fresh here, so we could just stay like this. We don't really need to push too hard. I'll keep harvest on for now because we've already filled up our. Oh no, we haven't. Oh yes, we have. Because you can only recover 2 megajoules a lap in this game, which I never really understood, to be honest. How's Tsunoda doing? He's keeping with Russell, so if these guys are now falling off the cliff, then Tsunoda should eventually pass them, but he's not going to get past Russell. I mean, by all intents and purposes, he should be ahead of Russell anyway. Let's see if we can, let's activate deploy for Tsunoda down the start-finish straight. Although, having said that, I don't know. All these guys are falling off the cliff, so we don't even need to push so hard with these guys. Ricciardo might just have DRS. Does he have DRS here? Yes, he does. So that'll help him out. Oh, he's going down the inside, Daniel Ricciardo. Get in there, lad. Come on. Put him on aggressive just for a little bit. There you go.
Understood.
Boom. Good pass. Daniel Ricciardo's on fire. Up to P12. I didn't even need to put him on DRS mode. We are sitting pretty in this race, lads. We are sitting pretty. Piastri's absolutely off the cliff. He's now down in 11th. We've got Verstappen now leading from Hamilton, so he's already taken the race lead. What's the interval looking? Oh, it's 2 seconds. Yeah, Red Bull are going to be absolutely impossible to fight in this game because they're just going to be even more powerful than they were last year. I wonder if we should actually increase... No, we don't even need to increase the pace on Ricciardo. He's just quickly catching these guys because they're approaching the cliff. Even those on the medium tyres are really struggling. We are just sitting nice and pretty. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to take any risks. Sonoda's not doing that great though. He's only in P16, although he is battling with Ocon. I might put a focus on him in a minute. I'll put him on deploy. And maybe push him a bit on the fuel. We don't need to use the tyres. Let's see if we can pass this Alpine here. I really don't want to push on these tyres with Ricciardo because he's got like best tyre wear at the moment. How are we doing in terms of interval? Not too bad. Could probably deploy a little bit. There you go. Sonoda's overtaken Ocon. Let's put Ricciardo on deploy for a little bit. See if we can catch him up to... Yeah, there we are. We're in DRS range. Right. Sonoda's actually overheating his tyres a bit, but he's obviously following... He's obviously been following Ocon for so long. We're actually not doing too bad. Honestly, we're sitting nice and pretty here at the moment. Oh, Ricciardo down the inside. Good lad. Ricciardo is absolutely on it at the moment. P11 now. Let's go indeed. He is doing brilliantly. Alright, who's next? Gasly and Alpine 2 seconds ahead. Tyres looking. Yeah, his tyres are cooked. Well, actually, we're very similar on tyre wear there, so it's pretty good, really, because we're doing as well on tyre wear as a lot of medium runners. Although Tsunoda, unfortunately, is now on 56% because he's overcooked his tyres a bit. He's just stuck behind Russell in a bit of a DRS train. I don't think DRS trains are as effective here. They were a really big thing in last year's game. DRS trains were a really big thing in last year's game, for sure. I'm not going to have DRS and Piastri's going to have it behind us. But a lot of these guys will be pitting in a couple of laps. That's forward a bit. I don't know whether I should put Daniel on deploy or not. He's catching Gasly somewhat. I'll put these two on deploy for a lap or two. Tsunoda's really losing out. Oh, here comes Stroll on the soft tyres. Look at that. Oh.
Understood.
Probably should have put it on barrel assist.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Yep, understood.
We need recharge on, recharge on.
So I wonder if the tyres are approaching the cliff. We could get a point with Ricciardo if we're lucky.
Charge off.
Understood.
Recharge off.
Copy.
Yeah, there's no point having them on harvest when they've already harvested the max amount of harvest in the game. So take them off. That's one thing I actually learned a lot from last year. I'm not expecting much against Russell here. The front runners, well, the front runners are actually doing okay for their tyres at the moment, but that's not our, they're not our fight. Show's fallen off the cliff. He's now P9. Sainz is in the pits. He was on the soft. So that puts Sainz in a really unusual position. He's actually gone for another set of softs, which is interesting. Ricardo has really done well. Really done well. Okay. I really don't want to go forward, but I don't want these videos to take so long. You know what I mean? When's the pit window's open for Ricardo? When's the optimal lap? Let's have Ricardo lean on the tyres a bit.
And you can pick up the pace.
Okay, understood.
Let's have push on the fuel. Let's leave the ERS as it is.
No more lift off required.
Understood.
Oh, he's past Russell, look. Oh, Leclerc's in the pit. Okay. Ricardo is doing really well. Oh, now Tsunoda's... Yeah, Tsunoda's in this real DRS train now. DRS trains were a real thing in last year's game. Piastri is still out on those old mediums. A lot of these drivers have approached the cliff. They've really done bad on their tyre wear, a lot of these guys. Poor Tsunoda, he can't get anything at the moment. And his tyres approaching the end of the real critical phase.
We look after the tires.
Okay.
Let's slow Ricardo down a little bit on the fuel.
We need a little bit more lift off, please.
Okay.
How are tires? Tire status okay to run?
Not much.
Copy, Yuki.
Okay, we will pit and we will put a set of hards on. We've got the fresh stops at the end, so Ricardo might actually be in a good position here. Oh, it's just his tires. Okay. Yeah, Ricardo's doing bits. Let's put Harvest on.
Charge on.
Okay.
Even though it probably won't really matter too much. Alright, let's watch this stop. Actually, let's do this. Visor cam on the pit stop, lads. I love this visor cam. It's a nice authentic touch. I love it. Only 94%.
And box, Yuki box.
Copy.
Focus on reaction time and no full throttle before pit exit.
Lost out to Stroll there. We got ahead of Piastri, who's in a faster car, so that's impressive. Sergeant Hulkenberg at the back. Albon's done well for the incident he had at the start. Now he's P12, and he's carrying that penalty, obviously. Okay, let's fast forward a bit. Because this will pretty much just be the phase on the hard tyres where we won't really be able to do much at all. To be honest, just run box standard.
Now,
Pit
what
stop issue
happened
for
there?
Tsunoda, really?
So it's Yuki Tsunoda who came in. But there's a problem jacking up the car.
Unfortunately, they don't seem to have an animation for that. I don't understand why. It's probably very hard to animate, probably. Okay, so Tsunoda is being pursued by Hulkenberg.
But
Oh
he's
yeah,
full-
because we have...
Okay, yeah, understood now.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about ERS.
Charge off, good job.
Yep. So what the f I'm doing?
Said that again.
Keep focus, everything can happen. Keep focus.
Yeah, so Albon is going really long, as is Magnussen. This is just going to be that phase where probably we get kind of stuck now. Which is a shame because Ricciardo was doing really well up to that point. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep Piastri behind for too long on the medium tyres. I think we'll just have to concede defeat on this one. But really, I think running standard is probably the best thing to do because the AI seems to be very overly taxing on their tyres. We're not very far off being lapped, to be honest. Sedona is now last. I mean, if we can stay with Piastri, that would definitely help. Oh, Piastri's not... Piastri's pitted for a set of mediums, and they're already kind of like semi-cooked. He's already on 67%. We're catching... We'll be catching Albon with 18%. He is going all the way on those. Let's see. We've got a yellow flag. I'm sure Albon's probably going to have a puncture in a minute because he's like at 17% now. Oh, he took over Albon by himself.
It's just a yellow at the moment. Just a yellow. Keep the head down.
Sainz crashed at turn 12. Oh my lord, he just went off. He's going to probably just outbrake himself. Yep.
Sainz went out there. He's out of the track. So look for debris there.
Huh? Nice. So Sainz is now in the pits with those tyres cooked. Now he's going on the hard, so I don't know if he'll make it to the end of it. Oh, he's got a problem on the... Oh yeah, he's having to change his front wing. This will be a long stop. We're not going to be really focused there, but... yeah. Are we catching Piastri? Let's see. Albon's in the pits. I wonder if we should push Ricciardo on these tyres to catch Piastri and Magnussen ahead, who is going long on 60. Oh my god, Bottas is as well. The tyre wear is insane. Bottas's tyres are not going to last.
Understood.
So we've got Bottas really much on the cliff at this point. Like on the edge. Magnussen's not that far off either. Actually, we might as well go standard for Ricciardo. We're catching him at a rate of
Need
knots.
to drop the pace.
Understood.
Albon is in the pits. He's just come out on soft tyres. He's probably a long way behind even Sargent. Wow, we don't even have to push that hard because a lot of the AI is making mistakes on their tyres. Bottas is now on 0% with a puncture. There you go. That was coming.
Okay, good job.
That is a blown medium for Bottas, and he's going to get in our way. But then that's great because that slows Piastri up. Well, it did slow Piastri up, but
Okay, we have Bottas in the pits right now.
right. Oh god, we've got signs incoming behind us. I'm not even going to bother with that. That's a fire I'm not even going to try and influence in any way. Let's have Ricciardo aggressive a little bit.
We have margin to push a bit more.
Understood.
Yellow flag. Magnussen's on 12%. Sainz has spun again. He's having a mare. He was chasing Ricciardo. Bye. I like the T-radio during incidents. That's That's pretty cool. We can close up on Piastri using aggressive. I mean, Ocon could definitely be a help. If we weren't held up by Bottas, I think we would have been alright. I should have really put it on aggressive and stuff. How's Yuki doing? P16. Probably catching... no, it's pretty simple with Hulkenberg. As is going to pit soon. Oh, we've caught Piastri. But now we've got Sainz behind us again, who's still trying to recover. Carlo down the inside. Got him. By law of averages, he should. There's Ocon as well. Piastri is hanging in there, to be fair. He is hanging in there.
Okay. Alrighty.
Head back down, we stay in the rhythm.
Won 2 times. Probably should have done that before. There we go. Sweet. Tsunoda's pretty much on his own out there. I'm not really going to bother fighting Sainz too hard. Yeah, Ocon's on cooked tyres, so we'll just run bump standard for now. Yeah, Sainz, I'm not going to really worry about that too much. Piastri is coming up on us again, apparently. Sainz isn't making another recovery down in P12. That's kind of how powerful the Ferrari is in this game. Fast lap by Perez. Bottas has fallen off the cliff, he's now P16. Now he's overtaken Tsunoda. We're right on Alonso here. See if we can go for a glory pass on Alonso here, shall we? No, not really. We already lost DRS before we even got there. Speed up a bit. And now Hulkenberg's at DRS. Show's overtaken us. Oh, VSC. Wonder if we should pit now.
2 secs. There's been a crash.
Well, we can't. We've passed the pits. It's Carlos Sainz again. And he's hit Gasly this time.
So unlucky.
Sainz has really had a mare today. It's going to be a pit stop for him. He's actually out of the race.
safety car. And make sure you stay positive. Follow the reference.
Understood.
I wonder if we should stop. It's the optimal window for Ricardo anyway, so we'll bring him in. Is that 55 seconds for Carlos Sainz even though he's out of the race?
Yep, box confirmed.
Yeah, if that had been like 8 corners earlier, I would have brought him in. I probably went too fast on the simulation there, or the fast forward.
Back off, back off, back off.
I'm going to bring Tsunoda in as well because he's not that far behind.
Box, box.
Copy.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
It was actually a lot closer than I thought. Oh, bang! Bang on. There's Ocon in the pits for some reason. I think he's having his front wing changed because the collision was signed. But it was still under VSC.
Battery is high.
Understood.
And, oh, we didn't beat Ocon out of the pits though. Of course, I'm not sure what happened there. I wonder if Tsunoda had a problem at the pit stop. Right. So really it's just a clean run to the end of the race now, because I don't know if we'll catch anybody. Piastri's we're a lap down, so the only person we can realistically pass then is Piastri and Stroll at the moment.
VSC ending.
Yep.
We need to push.
Understood.
Right, here we go.
DRS enabled.
I'm gonna let fuel just. Oh
Good.
boy.
Top 10.
Charge off.
Understood.
So Hulkenberg just came out of the pits. What's he on? Oh, he
Charge
sucks,
off,
dang it.
recharge off.
Copy. No chance.
Tsunoda's just getting absolutely
Keep
swamped
focus.
today.
Everything
What is
in
going
the back,
on?
Keep focus.
What are we doing? Can we stay in the DRS? We put deploy on?
You've got everything.
close,
You've got
isn't it?
everything. Press on hold available.
Yep.
Not really. See, AlphaTauri is not that great to the point where Haas is even like better than them. Oh, penalty for Verstappen.
And yes, yes we have. We've had a crash. What happened there?
It's Verstappen
Now,
lapping
we
an
can see
Aston
what
Martin by the
happened.
looks of it.
Now this was at turn 1. And you can see how
Again,
tight it is.
oh. That's half and half,
Cars
really.
there
Again, I think that
are
might be a
able
bit
to
harsh
keep
on
out of each other's
Verstappen.
way. And there'll be more than one.
Even the
unhappy
incidents
after
look a
that.
little more realistic than last year, so that's good. Even though we had a couple at the start, which didn't really make any sense. Well, it's not really going to affect Verstappen unless he's got damage to his car. We'll have to stay on board. see if he pits. Because if he pits, that might give Norris the win. Will Verstappen pit? That's the question. Is he coming in? No, he's staying out. He's going to try and finish the race. That'll be a 5-second penalty, which wouldn't make much of a difference. I always love the Honda power unit sound. And yes, I know I called it Honda, but it's essentially because it is. Tsunoda is having an absolute battle for the ages with the Williams, which is funny, really. Bottas is in the pits, so that's up to P13 and 15 now. Will any more people pit? All the races over? Hulkenberg's tyres will be dead. Oh, I think Ricciardo's something's happened.
There's a yellow flag now.
Oh no! Oh, Ricciardo was chasing Hulkenberg.
With not much room to move.
Oh
The
no!
cars make contact. I wouldn't be surprised if there were a few words exchanged when they get back to the paddock.
Turn 1 seems like an absolute like.
And not much.
It seems like a death trap for AI collisions today. What's it like? Suspension minor. We'll get on with it. We've only got 4 laps. We'll get on with it. He got Ricciardo got a penalty for that. Oh my god. Well, there was nothing we could really do about that. You know, it's just kind of like luck of the draw, really. That's what I like about these races. Everything's different every time. You never know what you're gonna get. Like in F1 22, well, in F1 games in general, like the Codemasters games, everything is kind of preset and predetermined, and there's nothing you can really do about it to change it. It doesn't change. It happens every time. In career mode, it's all a predetermined path, and there's nothing you can do to change it. If you're going to have an engine failure for 4 races in a row, that's it. You can't change that or anything. There's nothing you can do to change it. It's all like on a predetermined script. And it's kind of annoying, really. It's a shame, really, because we were catching Hulkenberg. I should have been more wary of that. We're catching him again. Unbelievably, we're actually catching him again.
And we have margin to push a little bit more.
Let's go for it. It's for P12, I know, but...
On click overtake this.
Tsunoda's actually really close to Albon and all, Ocon and all, so...
On tires, we are good to push 1 step more. Okay.
Oh, mind you, we do have a 5-second penalty, but we might as well get the glory of a pass. Tsunoda could pass Ocon, that would do us absolute wonders.
Allez, vieux, in your race now. 3 more laps.
Ooh. Nice. Oh yeah, his confidence is low because of the incident.
Alrighty. Nice.
Actually, there is Piastri as well. Let's keep going with Daniel here a little bit. We're catching Piastri, who has approached the cliff.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, good job.
Probably approached the cliff on his tyres. Yeah, pretty much. Last lap, last couple of laps. Let's just keep it on here for now. Alright, we'll balance on Ricciardo for a bit because he's on in 0.3, but we should pass Piastri with almost quite easily, actually, as long as Ricciardo doesn't try a dive bomb here. Oh my word. What's Tsunoda doing? He's not going to catch Hulkenberg. He might catch Hulkenberg, you know. Attack Piastri.
We can still do it.
Even with broken suspension, Daniel Ricciardo is absolutely wonders.
Next lap, last lap.
Verstappen is leading by postcode, as expected. Come on, Daniel. Yes. Got him. Come on, Yuki, no. Keep draining the battery for Yuki. Got to get him past Ricciardo.
Stay close to the car in front. We leave it to you.
Copy.
The racing is definitely better this year, that's for sure. Definitely better. Actually, let's just go full pelt with Ricciardo.
Sorry.
Oh no! Oh no! I think he spun.
Now we should be able to take a look here.
Oh
Here,
no!
we're
I
taking
screwed
turn
up.
6.
He hit the
Tries to
curb.
get
He was going
by.
down the inside. Oh
Cars
no!
coming together right there.
Wow.
Bitter blow to
This
you
racing
from
is
more than
awesome.
One driver from the pack.
That's the risk you run with the high risk overtakes. That was my bad. I screwed up.
It's
But
not going the way that.
I love that. The racing is really good this year when you're in the thick of it.
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
here.
let's just ignore it. We're on the last lap, Yuki. Yuki is always so mad, bless him.
Max Verstappen.
Alright, so what are we going
over
to
the
get? We're
finish
going to
line.
finish ahead of
And today's
Hulkenberg, I
winner.
think. So it's going to be P12 for Ricciardo. So those got 55 seconds, I guess. The penalties were like really severe, like really strict, like really heavily given out. So I think that gives us P12.
Okay, Yuki. That's it.
Yuki had a bit of a mare, to be fair, but that was
It
fun.
was a nice race.
I did the best I could do.
You did, to be fair.
Thank you very much.
Ricciardo, absolute bits. P11, lads, or P12 after the penalty. Verstappen wins it, because of course he does. Lando Norris, P2, lads. Piastri just fell off the cliff, as did Bottas. So Bottas and Piastri, that were like best placed on the grid, had absolute mares. That was fun. I really enjoyed that.
The drivers make their way back to the pit
It's just a
lane,
shame that they
and
don't
there
have
we
any
got
like
Daniel
official helmets,
Ricciardo.
but they might fix
Yeah,
that
they
for
crossed the
Daniel
line,
later.
P11 sadly just missing out on the points.
Ah, yeah.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
Yeah, Red Bull going to be almost impossible to beat. Results unchanged. AlphaTauri rewrite. Huh. So I guess you could play through the season and do it that way. Maybe there's going to be like, you know how live season worked in FIFA? Maybe the rewrites are all like you can do. So it's like another career, but it's a rewrite version. Ah. Verstappen that everyone up to Fernando Alonso in P7. Yeah, that was fun. Really enjoyed that. And like I said, that's a nice twist on the Grand Prix mode in the F1 Codemasters games. It's just a bit of a shame that you can't pick a track later in the season. You have to wait till it unlocks. But at least with the scenarios, we'll have Qatar and Vegas as well. So you do get to play on all the tracks somewhere down the line without having to play career mode.